Welcome to more Hero Indian Women's League action, and we are at the Trans Stadia where two heavyweights, Misaka United and East Bengal, face off against each other for a place in the top four. And East Bengal, of course, a brutal victory against Mumbai Knights in the previous encounter, and success story for Misaka against Gokulam. This is the Misaka FC lineup, a familiar backline for them that stopped Gokula's dream run a couple of days ago, and the captain Mithilia Ramani in the heart of defense. As Simran starts as usual and Nandeshwari brought on in the starting 11 today. And these are the substitutes, some new names in there. Lucy, Ria Glains, that's a big one for Misaka. And of course, interesting few names as well in Parvati Vaidya. And we have some familiar faces in Lavanya Upadhyay. And East Bengal lineup, Sujata Kaur makes 3 changes. Tulsi Hembram gonna be the big miss up front. And the new goalkeeper Melody Chanu starts. And no surprises there. Anita Orang will play as a right back. Rimpa Haldar plays her 5th game in a row alongside the skipper Ratna Haldar. And East Bengal with Nilu Tirke, Kabita Soren is coming into the Hero Indian Women's League with too much experience. Lots of stories in the run-up to this game. And the man in charge at Misaka United in Anup Thesas Raj. And what a task he has on his hands in winning the trust of his fans and make a name for himself. And today another tough game for both the sides. They will be looking for a victory. Back-to-back clean sheets for Misaka United in the run-up to this game. They hold on Gokulam Kerala in the previous encounter and drew 0-0 against Mumbai Knights in their 3rd game. And East Bengal prepare for this one on the back of a big 4-2 victory against Mumbai Knights. A wonderful setting. However, the clouds were boiling above the furnace, and this is the new format, the League Cum Knockout, of course. The fixtures over the weekend in a new format, which means we go deep into the season 6, where teams have a chance to play for the silverware. Rimpa Haldar, such a catalyst in that run towards the top 2 for East Bengal with some vital goals as they raked up the points early in that 2022-23 season. And new challenges, of course, Sujata Kaur in charge as well. We speak about Anthony Dias, the team manager, but before analysing how he will make a difference to the way Misaka United play. And East Bengal needed Sujata Kaur to assemble that squad and get them playing again. And Moushumi Murmu once again, massive responsibility on her shoulders in terms of creating the chances. We have spoken so much about her ability to get into the right areas. She also has to learn to make the right decision that she does get there. A big season for her as she matures from a big player into someone who can be relied. Well, Colonel A.K. Shukla among the guest attendants today. Brilliant, that Kanyashri Cup winning game. The scenes after that, just the belief that East Bengal spread out throughout the Hero Indian Women's League, that every team can win it, and they win this league, they can win the trophy as well. That is exactly what you want, new teams coming up challenging for the silverware straight away. And will East Bengal shade the tag of dark horses? A massive fixture, 5th match of the league season for both Misaka and East Bengal. And so many layers, Sujata and Anup Thesas Raj, all the big names at the Trans Stadia. And Gokulam Kerala with the highest number of goals scored in a single game this season. They defeated Kahani FC by 14-1. 4 goals from Sabitra Bhandari, 4 by Sandhya, Asha Silky and Vivian scoring a goal apiece. Indumati with a brace. And Mumbai Knights beating Sports Odisha by 2-1 with strikes from Ritu Rani and Karishma. A big chance for the teams which narrowly missed out over the last few years in the Hero Indian Women's League. A chance for them to make it count this time around, and there is no room for error and no room for complaint in terms of making it into the quarterfinals. And it will be such a close battle and a big test as well for Anthony Dias and company. And the referee in charge of this game is Ruba Devi, and the assistants Kavita Shahu and Abhirami, Ratna Haldar and Mithilia Ramani will have huge role to play for their respective teams. Took the hot seat Sujata Kaur, and she aims to guide the Red and Gold Brigade to playoffs for the first time in their history, and that task starts tonight. A brilliant outing in the Kanyashri Cup. They've won all their games, unbeaten champions. This is a different test altogether. A return of familiar faces for East Bengal, but Misaka United will be glad about keeping some of theirs as well. Nishilia, Durga, Pushpa have all stayed back to defend what is theirs, and all the paths they took as a team factored into the path of Misaka's identity. And so resolves will be tested. There's Lalrin Muani. She knows what it likes to play in this league, but it has been 3 games since she scored that remarkable goal, and things have changed in the Hero Indian Women's League since then. And of course, led by Ratna Haldar, who picked up the Kanyashri Cup. Excellent scenes and surprised so many of us going all the way to that league winning position. And so expectation and anticipation among the fans, and focus on the pitch. 2 teams who prefers to have vibrant color and play vibrant football. Will Misaka have a say in the title race, or will East Bengal reignite the title hopes on the back of wins, is the question which we look to answer in the next hour and a half or so. Misaka United, however, they falter, or they seem to falter every time they play well. In the next few days they fall and they drop points. It is that inconsistency that has been punished, and it is that consistency and the search for it still evades them, and hopefully Anthony Dias, he will be able to find it. This Anup Thesas Raj in charge of the Misaka United, and the team manager Anthony Francis Dias. He makes the most of the tactical decisions. An AFCD license holder, 5 seasons with this Misaka side. Runners up twice as well in the Karnataka Women's Super Division League. Sujata Kaur, she will have a massive role to play in terms of East Bengal's ambition as far as the Hero Indian Women's League goes. A ball clipped over the top. Here's Misaka into the penalty area, trying to flick it over. And East Bengal shirt. A lot of movement in and around the area, moving in dangerously. The second touch slightly heavy, cleared away by the East Bengal defense. This is Rimpa Haldar controlling the ball. A nice turn and pass, easily intercepted by the number 12 Nishilia, and lost sight of the ball. Mamta Mahata, and all the way back to Melody Chanu. Now the Misaka United's Malaysian keeper, Nurul Azurin Mazlan. She is starting today between the sticks. Made women's football in the country proud when she earned a contract with India's Misaka United. And the 22-year-old showed her mettle by achieving 4 clean sheets in the Karnataka Women's League. And Azurin meanwhile hopes for more Malaysian players to ply their trade abroad, and it will raise the profile of the women's game in the country if more players play abroad. And her last international assignment was the Women's Asian Cup qualifiers in Palestine in September last year. And East Bengal head coach Sujata Kaur going with a 3-5-2 formation. And Melody Chanu between the sticks. Anita Rao, Ratna Haldar and Mamta Singh forming the back 3. And there she is, Anita Rao, Mini Roy and Rimpa Haldar in the center of the park. Trisha Malik and Moushumi out wide. And Mamta Mahata partnering Sulanjana Rao up top with Rimpa Halder just playing behind them into that hole. It's a very attacking formation simply due to the unique layout. East Bengal can have 8 players while in possession of the ball, and while defending, Trisha Malik and Moushumi Murmi can drop into the defensive line to reinforce the defense. And a shot on the turn just kept away by Melody. East Bengal needs to be careful at the back, and it was Simran quickly on the turn, testing Melody Chanu. Saw the gap, takes it right away. Now the marking needs to be tight from Mini Roy. Just that half a yard of space ahead of her. Managing to take the shot right away. A first attempt on target from Misaka United. The Red and Gold Brigade with a hat-trick of wins. It all started from that game against Kahani FC, followed by a couple of victories, which includes Mata Rukmani and Mumbai Knights, and currently placed third in the points table with 9 points from 4 matches. And Mumbai Knights, they are second with 10 points, and Gokulam Kerala are the run-away leaders with 13 points. There's Melody. Played an instrumental role for the Indian under-18 SAF national side that lifted the trophy in Jamshedpur last year. We'll see Trisha Malik and Moushumi Murmu dropping into a full-back role while defending and the shape becomes 5-3-2. It's a midfield diamond from East Bengal. Mini Roy, Rimpa Halder taking the center stage, and Trisha Malik and Moushumi Murmu will look to come inside and plug the gap between Mini and Rimpa, and thus forming a diamond shape in midfield, leaving a lot of gaps on the wings for the other teams to exploit. And having a back three is always vulnerable. It can be overwhelmed with swift counter-attacks from the wings. That is one area East Bengal got to be very careful, and also make sure they do not overcome it while attacking. And defending from the front is the first agenda to unleash the 3-5-2 formation at its fullest potential. Mamta Mahata and Sulanjana Rao got to pressurize the Misaka United backline to force them into mistakes, so that when those mistakes come, they can quickly capitalize and score goals. This is Rimpa, East Bengal's highest goal scorer in this tournament. 4 goals under her belt, a brace in the previous encounter against Mumbai Knights. She will have a huge role to play for East Bengal. And playing in this formation gives you the luxury of placing your star attacking midfielder just behind the 2 strikers, which a flat 4-4-2 does not accommodate. Playing in this particular formation allows to create more attacks through the center, and teams which do not have good wingers put more emphasis of attacking down the middle. Misaka, however, are shaped up in a basic 4-4-2. Sudha and the Ghanaian striker Sonia Opoku up top. Linda Simran, Mithila Ramani and Nandeshwari. She is starting today in place of Pavatri, who is on the bench. Lalrin Muani, the full back. She scored a couple of goals for Misaka against Mata Rukmani. And Nurul Azurin is between the sticks. Durga and Pushpa are the 2 centre backs. And all eyes will be on Sonia as well. These little individual tussles are gonna be very vital in this game. We are up for a cracker of a match here at the Trans Stadia. It's a battle between two equally matched sides. They applied a low block against Gokulam where they sat deep and tried to hit the Malabarians on the break. A lower line of engagement in terms of the forward line as well. And the Gokulam Kerala head coach mentioning 9 players inside the penalty area made life difficult for the Malabarians to find space and score goals. As Sulanjana, excellent touch, door opens up down the right. She opts to go for a shot from a long way out. Sulanjana Rao, East Bengal's star attacker in this game, elite player, was part of recently concluded India's under-17 AFC Women's qualifiers campaign for the Asian Cup. She's playing in a slightly advanced role, more as a number 9, filling in for the injured Tulsi Hembram. A free kick here for East Bengal. A slightly flat the delivery from the number 27. No problems whatsoever for the Misaka United defense. It was Mamta Singh with the free kick. Couldn't clear the first player in Misaka's defense as she stepped up to direct the free kick. And here is the number 8 of Misaka, Sonia Opoku. She participated for Ghana in the under-17 Women's World Cup. Just 21 years old. Has the experience of playing her club football in Turkey as well. For Trabzonspor, 4 goals in 8 outings for the club. Started with Ampem Darkoa ladies, a record goal scorer for them, and netted 34 times, and was also Ghana's women's player of the 2021 season. Meanwhile, here comes Misaka. A feeble try allows East Bengal to emerge with the ball. Sulanjana running out of options. And there is a myth that permeates Indian women's football about its nascency and lack of history. It is a myth that ignores the many who played this game before it caught the eyeballs of the mainstream, diminishing their achievements and also denying them a rightful place in it. And this isn't limited to players. The clubs face it too. To learn about the history of East Bengal's forays into women's football, perhaps there is no need to look further than their current head coach, Sujata Kaur. She captained the club to maiden Kolkata Women's Football League title way back in 2001 and was there at the same stage 22 years later in the dugout when they won it for the second time. Renamed as Kanyashri Cup now. And Melody Chanu couldn't prevent it from going out for a corner. An early defending to do here for East Bengal. It was a promising build-up from the left-hand side. It took a slight deflection of Anita Rao. Lalrin Moni looked very dangerous on that overlap. A crossing opportunity. Mamta Mahata was very alert. And now Anita Rao had to intervene. East Bengal's head coach Sujata Kaur is regarded as one of the finest women's footballer to have played the game in India. And years before, Bala Devi broke new grounds by playing for Rangers in the Scottish Premier League. Kaur and her teammate Alpana Sil had a similar opportunity, scouted and asked to go on trial at the German club, while the deal eventually didn't work out. And a chance from a sharp angle for East Bengal. Sulanjana plays it out, cleverly winning a corner kick for the red and gold brigade. Sujata Kaur will be heavily dependent on Sulanjana Raul for goals. It was a slight mistake from Nurul Azurin. Rimpa Halder tried to find Sulanjana, but her attempted low cross taking a deflection and going out for a corner. Mamta Singh, East Bengal's set piece expert, she delivers the corner. Decision going against Moushumi Murmu. Scored in back-to-back matches for East Bengal. Moushumi was flagged off a lot of times against Mata Rukmani. Just the game before, this game promises to be a lot more tactical. Two meticulous tacticians at the dugout. That should be a card as well from Trisha Malik. A very clumsy challenge from the number 20. Starts up and straight away brings down the number 31 of Misaka United. And that is Lavanya. And that's the last minute change made by Anup Thesis Raj. Lavanya had to be introduced. Her name was in the substitute bench in the starting lineup that was handed to us. Seems like it was a last minute change made by Anup Thesis Raj. Sonia Sulanjana, she's got a couple of red and gold shirts to aim at. A reverse ball, a chase on here from Rimpa Halder. She gets to the ball, a cross is slightly deflected, takes a sting out of it, and somehow dealing with that Misaka United defense. East Bengal need to build something constructive. It's slightly helter-skelter. Both the teams trying to impose themselves. East Bengal just looking to get away with the passage of play. The first 5-6 minutes looked even Stevens, but the last few minutes East Bengal looking to be coming onto their own. Mamta Singh was fouled by Sonia Opoku, and she straight away goes to the book, and we have the first booking of the game. Just giving Mamta Singh a feel of what she is in for this evening. Almost snaps into the heels of Mamta Singh, Sonia Opoku. She comes with a lot of experience. One of the top goal scorers in the Ghana Premier League as well. And Mamta Singh is limping. Warning signs on the East Bengal bench already. Tulsi Hembram is missing this encounter due to a niggle. Sujata Kaur will hope Mamta Singh is alright. We've gone past the first quarter. It's 0-0 between Misaka United and East Bengal. East Bengal still in search of that opening, losing out the physical battle against Sonia Opoku. She was aiming for the run of the number 11, Linda. Mini Roy and Rimpa Halder. One of them will look to enter the box and meet across and play that early ball towards the penalty area until a chance arises. A brilliant attempt on the turn from Moushumi from a long way out. And East Bengal's first shot on target. She found some space and straight away went for it. Sulanjana, she will have to take a lot of responsibility if East Bengal are to get anything out of this game. Sujata Kaur, the East Bengal manager, she has worked with many women's clubs in various roles, while also staying true to her ultimate ambition of lifting the game by travelling to the remotest corners of West Bengal to find talented footballers. The Indian international Sangeeta Basfar is among those who credit Kaur for her foray into the beautiful game. 2 shots on target for East Bengal, but yet to find that elusive goal. And asking for it, and she gets it. Mamta is out of position. The ball pulled back early. Mamta Mahata just stayed back and cuts that one out. East Bengal looks slightly out of tune while going forward. That should be offside. Clearly the flag going up. That was Lavan, that was the number 16 of Misaka United, Lalrin Murni. And East Bengal decided to restart their foray into women's football. There was only one person that they could sensibly turn to. Kaur took another road trip, this time to put together a team for the Kanyashri Cup. A young team of relative unknowns. Murmu, among other players, was part of the team. Another very nasty challenge. Misaka pumps it long, headed away by Mamta Singh, collected by Sonia, and Sonia went for goal. She will want to forget this. Here's Rimpa Halder, as she captained the under-17 Bengal's team in the Junior Women's National Football Championship. And he's Bengal's highest scorer in this tournament. And in trouble is the Misaka United skipper, Mithila Ramani. And booked immediately, just pulling down Moushumi Murmu. Easy decision to make for Ruba Devi. They have a very prolific striker on the bench, Misaka United, in Lucy Jira. She is from Kenya, just fielding one foreigner. And according to the rules of the Hero Indian Women's League, 3 can sign and 2 can start in the playing 11. And this will be first proper test for Nurul Azurin in goal. And Moushumi Murmu to take the free kick for East Bengal. Moushumi Murmu goes directly for goal. It's still bobbling in the area. An overhead attempt lands into the roof of the net. Rimpa Halda almost getting closer and giving East Bengal the lead. Moushumi Murmu from a long way out, rattling the woodwork. And a spectacular attempt from Rimpa Halda. Doesn't make the right connection and eventually lands into the roof of the net. Now that was almost going in. He just had to keep it underneath the crossbar. Moushumi Murmu. The ball just spinning back onto her path. Intercepted this time by Nishila. Misaka skipper. And number 31 Lavanya. East Bengal have got numerical supremacy around the ball. Misaka is getting a change ready. Sonia Opoku has been replaced by Lucy Jira. A like-for-like change, a foreigner replacing a foreigner. A Kenyan coming in place of a Ghanaian. She was already on a yellow, Sonia, which is why Anup Thesisraj didn't wanted to gamble. A long chase from Moushumi. Misaka FC look to do an encore. Locking horns against East Bengal in an entertaining clash. Coming back for positive results. Held the group leaders Gokulam Kerala to a goalless draw. That's a clever touch. A clever play from Misaka United. A red and gold defender got in the way. Free kick not awarded. Mamta Singh giving it away to Lalwin Moani. And now Nishilia. Speaking ahead of this game, Anup Thesisraj mentioned although the draw does give them a moral boost, but they are very well aware that this game is a new game and against new opponents, so they will have to be at their best again. It's a very consistent East Bengal side. The Kolkata club are also on an impressive run under bagging wins in their last 3 fixtures. A confident team and will keep up to the winning score and stick to their strategy of winning. A beautiful play here, went for it first time. It tried to swivel and shoot. The number 10 of Misaka United, Simran. That was the first involvement of Lucy in this game. She was properly marked. Simran. The shooting angle was well blocked by an East Bengal defender. And we head towards the cooling break. It's Misaka United FC 0, East Bengal FC 0. We had a brilliant attempt in the first half that completely rattled the woodwork. Was perhaps the only highlight moment of the first half an hour. A couple of quick ball ins. Misaka's only shot on target in the first half. Goalkeeper had to step in and almost flicked off her feet. And then Moushumi Murmu hitting the upright from a direct free kick. The young forward of East Bengal, Sulanjana Roy, who was with the Indian squad for the women's under-17 AFC Asian Cup qualifiers and joined East Bengal squad in Ahmedabad after serving her national duties. Sujata Kaur looked very worried, as is East Bengal's team manager Indrani Sarkar. Just trying to cool the players down. Talking about this wonderful stadium, Trans Stadia. The facility costs about 550 crore to construct as a part of public-private partnership with the state government. The project would not have been viable if they had decided to charge commercial market value and still expected sports to develop. A regular project will recover money in and around 5 years, while they'll give to do it in 7 to 9 years time. Its indoor arena hosted its facilities the first sporting event in 2016, the Kabaddi World Cup in November. A formal inaugural ceremony was held on 30th June 2017, attended by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and other political and sporting dignitaries. During a speech at the ceremony, Seth referred to the arena as the most modern stadium in the world. Lucy. Trisha Malik. And almost picking up pace was Rimpa Haldar. Tracking her was the Kenyan. A challenge straight away from Misaka's Kenyan import, Lucky Jira. Mini Roy on top of this free kick. We've gone past the half an hour point. Still no goals yet. The Misaka United Football Club, found on 18th October 2011 with Bangalore as its base. And the football club primarily aims to spot raw talent, promote young footballers and provide them with the right platform and basic needs. And this is why the flag went up. Both the keepers so far having a very quiet game. Either of them yet to be tested, apart from a couple of shots that Melody Chanu had to collect. And going down theatrically, the referee straight away says get up. Lalrin Moani this time operating from the right. You'll see that switch and swap happening. And Moushumi Murmu lets fly into the hands of Nurul Azurin. The receiving it had the time to slip in Sulanjana Roy first time. And now playing out from behind the Misaka United. Oh, cleverly done by their number 16 and tried to slip in the Kenyan. A very vital interception from East Bengal's Mamta Singh. And Moushumi Murmu surrounded by 5 blue shirts ahead of Isulanjana, taking too much time, eventually snatched off her. Can she deliver some kind of quality into the penalty area? The number 16, Lucy, making the run. Red and gold shirt getting there first. Oh, look at that. A brilliant piece of skill from Lalrin Moani. And cross from the right. And Lucy hits the side netting. Misaka comfortable so far in terms of defending on the back of 2 clean sheets. In fact, they've managed 3 clean sheets in this tournament and lost to Misaka United. Lost one against Hops, pardon me, by a solitary goal. And lots to Hopes rather. And that was their only defeat of this campaign. They've blown hot and cold in this competition. 1 win, couple of draws, and 1 defeat. Lucy. Can she turn on the afterburn? Her pass just falling short of her teammate. Stolen in by Rimpa Haldar. A lovely give and go. Flicks it towards the far corner. Cross comes in. And asking for a corner, Moushumi Murmu. But it's been given as a goal kick. She is certainly not happy with the decision of the assistant. Misaka United's team manager Anthony Francis Dias is a D license holder and also a physical trainer for Accenture for nearly 8 years now. The East Bengal Moshal girls are trying to prove their mettle, and she might do so from this shot. Is deflected behind. Trisha Malik, a very brave attempt, saw the space and went for it right away. Just about 20 yards or so. Corner for East Bengal. Their 3rd of this game. Corner delivered and sent out easily by the skipper. Got to nod it back into the playing zone. Now the East Bengal skipper making herself available for the pass. Moushumi away from one, pulling the trigger, and again not finding any joy whatsoever. And every club will go into the future tournaments with different ambitions. As some want to win the title and some want to create history and catch eyeballs. East Bengal, though, they want both. The aim is to maximize game time for local players and give them the experience of playing on this big stage against tough opponents. And they should learn a lot and very quickly from the experience. It seems like Sudha will be taken off. It's gonna be this third change made by Anup Thesaraj in the first half. Sudha seems like is the one who will be subbed off. Checks inside onto her favorite left foot. The angle was very tight, but nonetheless some signs of positivity going forward from Misaka. And that was Lalrin Muani with the attempt. Sudha will make way for Parvati. Just 5 minutes remaining into this half, and no goals yet in this game between East Bengal and Misaka United. Misaka United have been in the women's football circuit for over 4 years, and every season they are progressing as a club and looking forward to the players' development and providing the platform for women footballers. She was clearly fouled by Trisha. A ball played forward. Lucy, it could be one-on-one, but Melody Chanu slightly advanced and gathers it without any hassle. And they finished runners-up in the Karnataka Women's League. Misaka United this season finished second, and since kickstart already part of the Hero Indian Women's League this year. They were selected as a second team from Karnataka. And she might get there. A long chase from Lalrin Muani. She was face to face with Ratna Halda. And Ratna Halda comes out crumbs. No such chances for both the teams, apart from Moushumi Murmu's free kick, which struck the crossbar. That was the only highlight moment of this half up until now. Things might change though in the remaining a few minutes of the regulated 45. Winning the aerial battle, Ratna Halda, and the number 11 darting inside. This could be trouble. Misaka has got a chance and they have scored, but the flag went up against Lucy. So unlucky. A well constructed move from Misaka United down the right, just speeding up inside the penalty area. There was that cutback, but Lucy, that looked slightly suspicious. And action at the other end. Sulanjana, Rimpa Halda interested. A biting challenge onto her. Misaka growing into the game at the last few minutes of the first half. A high press from East Bengal, they've won it. And now over the top, Sulanjana Rao. Far too ahead of the number 22. Past the challenge. And now comes across the East Bengal skipper to protect her fullback, Mamta Singh. She was twinkle-toed by Misaka's number 16, Lalwin Moani. She is spelling danger from the right-hand side and almost nutmegs Mamta. Quickly doubling up. The red and golds at the back. It's a 3 against 2 now. Got to play it on the left. Sulanjana Rao. A lack of intensity in terms of going forward. An additional time of 5 minutes. A throw in for East Bengal. Can they sneak a goal here before heading into the break? Sulanjana leaves it for Mamta. It's high towards the number 29, Mahata. And the number 11 arrives very quickly. And there she is. Bernally Kaur. And Lucy. Trying to play the ball out of the danger area. Pressure applied by Trisha Malik. Holding strong. Holding their fort at the back. Misaka United. And almost getting under the skin of a blue shirt was Sulanjana. She is on the loose. Finds Bernally in the center. Ball played forward. A shot down the right hand side from Bernally Kaur. It's wide of the mark. And it was Mamta Singh approaching towards the ball from the right hand side. And Moushumi Murmu's ball forward got lost in the forest of legs. Mamta Mahata is shooting it wide. Lucy. Silky skills from Lucy. And almost taking on a couple of red and gold shirts. But couldn't get past Minnie Roy. Lucy continuing with her run. Looking so deadly in the dying embers of the first half. Misaka United. And on her bike on the right hand side is Mahata. A ball sent in early towards nobody. Will be easily cleared by Misaka United defense. This is looking good, cutting inside, goes for goal, and a wonderful strike. An absolute stunning goal. So easy on the eye. And the number 31 Lavanya on the score sheet for Misaka United. And what a sucker punch. Against the run of play, Misaka United taking the lead just before the breather. Melody Chanu slightly advanced, shimmies onto her right foot and finds the top corner. A stunning goal buys that yard of space ahead of her. And straight into the top corner. There's that jinx onto her right foot, and the shimmy creates yard for herself, and bangs it into the top corner. A stunning goal. And a minute remaining of the first half. Finding a lot of joy down the right. Lalriddh Muani keeps the ball in play and making life difficult for Mamta Singh, East Bengal's left full back. And now stepping in Linda. Give and go not working out. Holding her run. Lalriddh Muani to beat the offside trap. And East Bengal clear their lines. Sulanjana back there defending. Now Misaka United will be extremely happy to go into the lemon break with the lead. And that's half time then at the Trans Stadia between Misaka United and East Bengal, and the designated home side go into the breather with a narrow lead, and thanks to that strike from Lavanya, just cutting in from the left hand side and score. Replacing Trisha Malik, and Sulanjana Rao taken off and replaced by Singo Murmu. We are underway then with the second half, with the red and gold brigade attacking from the left to right of your screen, and Misaka United, the team in blue, will be protecting their goal on the right hand side. Rimpa Halder was off to a flyer, and she made a sublime start in the first half, but the last 10 minutes of the first half, Misaka United got into the grooves. Lalriddh Muani very threatening in the first half. As for Mithila, the confirmation of the change, Naucha Devi replacing Trisha Malik. Wasn't involved that much in the first half. Trisha bringing in Naucha. Let's see how this works for East Bengal. Lalriddh Muani very threatening in the first half with her runs down the right. And Mithila Ramani expected to control the game, and she is doing exactly that for the designated home team. And a lot of words may have been exchanged during the half time in both the dressing rooms. Sujata Kaur will have been very vocal in how she wants her team to play. Impressive with her tactics. She has made it no secret that this is a representation of what this country can produce in this sport as the club develops under her. Two changes made by East Bengal. One from Misaka in the first half. Sonia Opoku made way for Lucy. A proper warm-up for the subs. Given the conditions, the coaches will want to dip in onto that team sheet, onto that bench, and find some kind of freshening up in terms of tactics and in terms of approach. Misaka United found on 18th October 2011 with Bangalore as its base, and the club primarily aims to spot raw talents and promote young footballers. And this is a surging run from Lucy, straight at Melody Chanu. And a warning shot fired by the Kenyan, keeping the East Bengal defense up on their toes. East Bengal goes to pieces at the back. The late run made inside by Lucy almost gave Misaka United their second goal. That was very clumsy between the number 9 and the goalkeeper, Nurul Azurin. Almost a gift for East Bengal, conceding a corner in a very cheap way. Slightly casual on that occasion, Nurul Azurin. You got to communicate with your defenders. Sometimes innocuous things like this can turn out to be a long-term damage. A header comes in straight into a crowd of players. Nothing comes off it. Linking up top. There's the goal scorer, Lavanya. A lot of space being afforded by East Bengal on the wings, and that is bound to happen when you play with 3 dedicated defenders at the back. You're bound to be vulnerable, especially while attacks down the wings, given the fact there's not enough cover out wide. That's disappointing from Burnley. That was the layoff, and East Bengal's best chance of the second half. Bernali's corner, and Moshumi Murmu with the header, almost getting caught into a crowd of players. Hit her own player. Now Misaka United, they have successfully trained the men's and the women's team, playing at the Bangalore League, endeavouring coaching programs for the kids to train with their licensed coaches from the age group of 5 to 16. In the pathway of talented players, they provide the opportunity for young players to participate in the All India Youth League and participate in the State League, and an opportunity to learn football with the academy clubs. Rimpa Halda tries her luck from distance. Goes for it. Sat up perfectly on the bounce. Takes a hit. The angle was not friendlier. East Bengal with a positive start to the second half. Lucy. Lovely ball played forward. Flag is up against Lalrin Moani. Saw the gap between the full back and the centre back. Just a fraction too early. Making that run, Lalrin Moani. And now it's East Bengal's turn to attack. Lucy, using her upper body strength, wins the aerial duel. She was almost in the clear. East Bengal finding it hard, dealing against the likes of Lucy and Sudha, and even Nandeshwari. Lavanya looked very threatening, cutting in from the left hand side. Her direct approach matched her gameplay in a big way in the first half, and she will hope to continue with that in the second half as well. A great composure from Lalrin Moani, rotating the ball a lot more better, the team in blue. Interception from East Bengal's defense. An early challenge on Rimpa Halda puts her off. It's a legal one, says the ref. Play continues. Misaka skipper Mithila Anita Rao went far too behind. Shingho Murmu. Ratna Halda with the interception. Now Murmu. She's got options on her left and picks out Moushumi Murmu. Lost control of the ball. No hasty clearances from Misaka back line. They're trying to play the ball to feet and work the ball out of the danger zone. It's good to see quite the modern day principles. A lucky deflection onto the way of the number 10. In comes the cross, close to the keeper. A run offered from the left hand side by Simran. She was completely free and unmarked. Thankfully that cross was close to the goalkeeper. An intelligent run made forward by Rimpa Halda. A vital intervention made by the number 4 Durga. And this was the tackle. Clearly got the ball. This, I feel, should have been a free kick. Hero Indian Women's League 2022-23. Match number 35 and 36 going on simultaneously at the Trans Stadia and at the Shahibag Police Stadium. 152 goals scored so far in this competition. Misaka United known for their defensive resilience. That resilience yet to be broken. They have got 2.5 of football without conceding a single goal. A clean sheet against Mumbai Knights and the big one against Gokulam Kerala, where they defended in numbers and backed a very crucial point. Lalrin Muani skips over the challenge and she keeps going. Excellent curler. A slight mistake from the goal scorer Lavanya. Azareen. Mithila Romani. She has fallen into the back line in the second half. Lalrin Muani now operating from the left channel. She looked very enterprising down the right in the first half. Here comes East Bengal. A poor touch from Shingho Murmu. The move breaks down. East Bengal slightly succumbing under the pressure and not used to playing in conditions like this, playing into a league of this stature. Lucy. Oh, that's a tremendous run from Lucy. A vital block coming in from Mamta Singh. Getting a very vital touch. Look at that. Otherwise Lucy was bursting through the center. Talking about Misaka United and their training programs are inclusive of strength and conditioning. which concentrates on the importance of productive training modules along with nutrition and recovery. Their training program is built on the base principles of embracing budding footballers, economical programs, consecutively executing programs throughout the year, and regular performance appraisal of players. The All India Football Federation making a very progressive and historic announcements for women's football, but now the onus is on the states to enforce them and also create calendars that will guarantee that girls play throughout the year. Murmu finds Rimpa Halder, spreads it out wide for Mahata. Rimpa at the near side. The first touch was impoverished. The cross on that occasion was below knee height. East Bengal feeling the absence of Tulsi Hembram up top. Solanjana Rao, not a designated number 9. Neither Murmu. Tulsi Hembram looked very prolific in this campaign for the Red and Gold Brigade. She scored against Gokulam in the opening game. More pressure on Rimpa while pushing forward. She is leading the line meanwhile for East Bengal, and most of East Bengal's elite players are down the centre. The likes of Mamta Naocha Devi and Moushumi Murmu got to support Rimpa more by making those off the ball runnings, so that whenever she's on the ball, she's got those options and outlets to pick out a pass. But meanwhile on the attack is Misaka into the side netting. That looked a bit threatening from the side from Karnataka, almost unlocking East Bengal's left channel by playing a quick 1-2. The number 10 stole in there and got the shot away. Simran Gurung and Lavanya with a brilliant link-up play. And now we're gone here at the Trans Stadia. It's Misaka United 1, East Bengal 0. That was a hefty challenge. Lucky to get away with it. It's up in the air. A slightly scrappy affair. Anita Rao running out of space. A throw in for Misaka. Arvind Moani. Lucy takes it on her stride and slips a pass in for Simran Gurung. She keeps going and approaching towards the ball was the Kenyan. Just hitting the upright and almost missing the target on the rebound. Here's the goal scorer, Lavanya. A lucky escape for East Bengal. Close shaves for the Red and Gold Brigade. That could have been 2-0. Simran Gurung. An outstretched challenge from Ratna Haldar. And a side-footed attempt from Lucy. Hitting the crossbar. Failed to turn in the rebound. Lavanya. East Bengal at present walking on a tightrope. Fortune has favoured them. Misaka United have given a good account of themselves so far in this competition by maintaining a a solid defensive performance. It will be tough for the Red and Gold Brigade to get past their back line. Managing a very deep defensive line and not allowing any space behind them for the opposition to exploit. And there's that flick touch towards Moushumi. Well read by Durga. Lavanya away from 2. The more these girls play, the better they will get, and the more investment that will come in. Meanwhile, Shingo Murmu lost it against Durga. And now out wide for the number 29 of East Bengal, Mahata. Quickly brushed off the ball. And Misaka United are a very strong and physical side. Defending with a lot of grit and determination. Hounding possession and trying to draw out East Bengal. And look to play a ball over the top behind East Bengal's defense. So that the likes of Lucy and Lalvin Muani can make those runs forward just like that. Slightly heavy, that pass, allowing Melody Chanu to make that clearance. Mithilia Ramani. Lucy leaves it for the number 21. A nice little triangle, leaving the ball behind momentarily. Nandeshwari. East Bengal clears. Lucy. And has that drag back from the Kenyan. She is literally controlling the game in the second half. And now the wall pass. Lalvin Muani. Can she take on East Bengal's number 4? Crowded out in the end. Troubling the East Bengal defense time and again with her raw pace, the number 16. A corner played quickly. Cross comes in, sent in with a lot of pace. Falls on the edge of the area, shooting chance. Takes a deflection. And that will be a corner for Misaka United. That was the number 14 in the mix for Misaka. Parvati Vaidya. Misaka United will look to put the game to bed. A goal will take them to 8 points above Hops. Hops are also leading against Mata Rukmani at the Shahibag Police Ground. It's going to be a very tight affair. He heads it down, and then that attempted flick on was hit goalwards by Parvati. Is that in-swinging floater over the corner, just didn't go according to plan. The number 10 nodding it down. A free kick conceded by East Bengal in a dangerous position. And the game slowly and steadily slipping off their grip. On the number 12, Naocha Devi has been booked for committing that foul. And that's a reckless challenge. High boot straight on her thighs. A free kick taken by Misaka. Goalkeeper collected it comfortably this time, Melody Chanu. Got shot in the foot, Moushumi. Lucy. Moushumi getting caught on her feet. Misaka really got players who can hold the ball for too long and buy some time and play it around them. They can spend some time on the ball and allow their defense to settle down. Meanwhile, Rimpa Haldar for East Bengal. It's a low cross and no one is waiting at the far post. Just flashes across the face of goal. No one attacking the ball at the back post. Good defending from Misaka as well. Didn't allow Murmu to make that movement. Good covering from Linda. Bernally. Murmu. First time clearance. And now stepping in, the number 29, Mahata. I couldn't keep it in. A throw in for Misaka. The setting is quite familiar to Sujata Kaur. She was once in charge of Aura. It's not defended nicely and Shingo on the turn and she scores. Keeper did get her hand onto it, but wasn't enough from preventing the ball from going in. And East Bengal finds the equalizer. And finally, Misaka's defensive resilience broken. And it's East Bengal who level terms here. A pinpoint cross from the number 29 Mahata. A mix-up at the back. And Shingo Murmu capitalizing onto it. And turning out to be a super sub, the number 26. It justifies her inclusion in the second half. And a lifeline for the Red and Gold Brigade. With 20 minutes remaining. East Bengal winning it high. Snatched away. A nice battle of attrition. Planning the next move from the right hand side. Here comes Misaka, matching to her with pace is Ratna Haldar. She will have to check back. Wrong foot, Ratna sends the cross in. Only as far as a blue shirt. Then that header from the number 16. Lalwin Muani straight to Melody Chanu. If this game ends in a draw, East Bengal will go level on points with Mumbai Knights. But the latter having a better goal difference. So East Bengal will remain third. A wonderful strike from Shingo Murmu. And there's a lot of time remaining in this game for East Bengal to take the lead and turn the tables around. Lucy. Ratna very alert, no nonsense clearance. East Bengal comes down the centre. Murmu she is high in confidence now. 3 against 1. Oh, very vital touch from Anita Rao. That could have been through otherwise. Lalwin Muani Moushumi Murmu. She wins it and stopped on her tracks. The Gokulam Kerala certainly will be keeping an eye on this game. A big win for the Malabarians early morning. A 14-1 victory over Kahani FC. Just running away with the league. The defending champions. So whistle for the cooling break. It's locked at 1-1 here at the Trans Stadia. It's a very entertaining clash going on here. Yes, Misaka United 1, East Bengal 1. And that lead at the first half cancelled out by Shingo Murmu. Capitalizing onto the mistake of Durga. And East Bengal can breathe a sigh of relief with about 15 minutes remaining on the clock. This is Lavanya. This is her strike that gave her side the lead. Wrong foots the East Bengal fullback and finds the back of the net. This is how East Bengal responded. Mahata's cross took a deflection off the number 4 and fell kindly for Shingo Murmu. She immediately pouncing onto it like a tiger and places it in. And the defense was left second guessing. We are in for another interesting last 15 minutes of this game. It will be highly entertaining. Now the last quarter of this game and how the two teams respond and how they approach. Both of them will be looking for a victory here, especially Misaka. The only way to keep their qualification hopes alive is by picking full points from this game. East Bengal can still do with a draw. But Misaka United have got no options. They got to win this one encounter to put their name in the hat for the top 4. And just a reminder to our viewers, the top 4 are from the two groups gonna qualify for the quarterfinals on 16th of May. There's that flick on. Not giving up on the chase. Moushumi Murmu fighting for every ball. Looked slightly off color this evening. Was highly entertaining against Mata Rukmani. Nishila. Losing out Rimpa Halda and almost finding the goal scorer Murmu. And now Bernally needs help. The number 12 is there to help her out. That was Naocha. Sets up for the number 10. Deflected behind for a corner. East Bengal getting into the mood. And it was Moushumi Murmu with the attempt. A perfectly timed challenge from Linda. Corner for East Bengal. Can Mamta Singh make this set piece opportunity count? Well collected by Nurul, the Malaysian. The only Malaysian though to play in the Hero Indian Women's League. The only Malaysian player to play in the Indian football circuit as well, be it the men's or women's. Tiptoeing inside the box, and that scoop just goes over for a goal kick. Mamta Mahata just had to find that quality on the ball, sent back inside. Only the second goal conceded by Misaka in this competition. Another nearly moment for East Bengal. This time the fullback didn't allow Moushumi Murmu to make any kind of contact with the ball. Tightly marked on that occasion. Lucy's touch takes her away from goal. Simran waiting in the middle. Close to her is Lavanya. One touch too many. Misaka spraying those passes from behind, given away to Anita. Here comes East Bengal. Up ahead of Rimpa is Murmu, opting for the return. The goalkeeper getting there first. A bright idea, slightly faltered in execution. A regulation time of 10 minutes left in this. Will there be a late winner in this game? And in this battle of supremacy, will there be a redemption? It's been 50-50 so far this game. Got to cut out those mistakes. Can't afford to commit any at this stage of the game. Lucy trying to release Lalwin Muani. Perfectly placed was Anita Rao. Just one win, couple of draws and a loss for Misaka United. Their only win coming against Mata Rukmini on the opening day. And East Bengal, after a devastating start against Gokulam, bounced back remarkably, winning 3 games in a row. This time goes with her left foot. Lavanya just showing a glimpse of how two-footed she is. And she's got the quality on her to trouble the goalkeeper from that sort of a distance. She's troubled her once late in the first half and almost replicating that success. But this time Melody was at the right place at the right time. Burnley, early release, run offered from the left. Moushumi, the number 11, getting a touch. A corner for East Bengal. Excellent tracking back from Linda, just quickly realizing that Moushumi would have escaped her on the far side, and just flicks it in towards the far corner. She won't mind conceding a corner. Moushumi was running in very dangerously. In comes the delivery. Keeper spills it. Whistle has gone. And Nurul Azurin seems to be in a lot of pain. That was that clash between her and Naocha Devi. A clear push. He used her hands to bring her down. That looks quite painful. That was the incident. There's that push. Stuck out her left hand and made some contact with the goalkeeper. Lucky to get away with that passage of play, Naocha Devi. There was a scene of potential crime. Playing it inside their own box. And there's that lump up the field. Away from Mamta. This could be trouble for East Bengal. And almost in on goal was Lucy. The ball just stayed behind her. That is quite dangerous from Mamta Singh. Goes straight into the referee's book. And now Chadevi, her previous incident, just escaping her from getting a red card. She was already on a yellow. But this time, the referee decides to flaunt a yellow card. And that was a cynical challenge from Mamta Singh. It looked pretty solid at left back for East Bengal. A free kick delivered into the penalty area. Good defending from East Bengal. A weak clearance. Good height on the cross. Chance for the number 31. And it's an inexplicable miss. Unbelievable from the number 31, Lavanya. A glorious chance to seal the game. She blazed it over the top. And Nandeshwari Devi replaced by Rifka Ramji. Now the best chance of the game wasted by Lavanya. Could have been the hero of this game. We'll try and show you. Yes, it was quite unbelievable to miss from that sort of a distance, handshaking distance. Just got on top of the ball and blazed it over. And the bounce was slightly awkward as well. A big let off for East Bengal. Fancy footwork from the Kenyan, could have played it onto her right hand side. Picking up the wrong option, the number 7. Look at that. Away from one. Had the chance to slip in at the right winger. Now pulls the trigger from 20 yards out. They did looked dangerous in the last 10 minutes of the first half, Misaka, and now growing into the game in the dying embers of the match. The likes of Lucy and Lavanya getting closer. But can East Bengal turn the table? A quick turnover from the red and gold brigade into the penalty area. Moushumi this time couldn't hit the target. A chance after chance, and chances at both ends. This time it's East Bengal's number 10. Couldn't score. Shingo Murmu with a wonderful pass. Time ticking away for the red and gold brigade. They would want to end this game on a high, the Kolkata Giants, and apply pressure on the league leaders Gokulam Kerala. Just about a minute or so remaining to the regulated 90. There will be few additional minutes. East Bengal play next against Sports Odisha, and that is going to be a very tough game on 9th May. On the same day, the Misaka take on Kahani, and nicely spots the run of Lalwin Muani racing through the center. It's Lucy, couldn't get the ball out of her feet in time. The number 16 just taken away by Ratna Halder. And corner kick for Misaka, additional time of 7 minutes. Still a lot of time for either of the sides to get a winner. Nishila's corner. It's an in-swing floater. Shooting opportunity poked towards goal. Melody Chanu smothers it. There was that in-swing curler, punched away by Melody and poked goalwards by the Misaka skipper. Moushumi, she is on the run. Through the inner channel is Murmu. In the middle is Rimpa Halda. Finds the former. And she loses out on the physical battle. There's that interesting run made by Lavanya. And there she is on the ball. Away from East Bengal. And deep inside the Misaka territory. A good press applied. And a cheap giveaway to Lucy. Having the yards advantage, Ratna. And Lucy turns. Slips in a pass. A perfectly timed tackle from Ratna onto Simran Gurung. Leading at the back, Ratna Halder having a solid game. The number 5, she's been very vocal, just talking to her players. Less than 5 minutes left. Plays it over the top. Defender fumbles. The whistle has gone. Play stopped. For a moment, her eyes lit up. Uh, just a tangle of legs more than anything. Durga went down immediately. Gathering pace, Lavanya tried to nutmeg Anita, not succeeding. Lucy just immediately tracking deep to fetch the ball. A great commitment from the Kenyan. That is the advantage of having African players in the team. They do put in a lot of hard work. Runs ahead of a marker. In it comes. Now Ucha Devi should be able to see it away. Not very far though. Linda stepping in. Channel ball for Lalvin Moani. East Bengal have it now. A couple of players making runs up top. Reverse ball. Chance for a 1-2. Goes for goal instead. Moushumi Murmu running out of breath. Just a bit of fatigue creeping in. It's quite humid out there. It's slightly challenging for the players to last for 90 minutes. But as a professional player, you're always put under that spotlight. Here is Murmu from a tight angle. Linda Com. She had a brilliant game on the right hand side, the number 11 of Misaka. Likes to play up and down the pitch. Goes up, helps in attack, and at the same time tracks back and make sure she's always at the right place. Seldom see her out of position, Linda. Will be one of the contenders for the Player of the Match award. But here comes East Bengal, and through on goal was Rimpa Haldar. Had the space, had the time to take her player on, had the time to go closer to goal, deciding to hit from just on the edge of the penalty area. Last minute left. It has been an entertaining encounter, with the game swinging like a pendulum from one end to the other. Very little to separate the two sides so far. Last 30 seconds. Are we staring at a 1-all draw? A 2-all between CRPF and Celtic Queens last evening. Kept in play nicely. Support arriving in the form of Rimpa. She's got quick feet. Lost the ball. Lucy doing her share of defensive duties. And then from distance challenging from the goalkeeper. Make sure she got her back behind the ball. That was from 30 yards out. Got her back behind the ball and managed to keep it away. And so at full time, it has ended 1-all between Misaka United and East Bengal. An highly entertaining encounter ends in a draw. And East Bengal moves on to 10 points from 5 games. And they remains third in Group A. Misaka United, they move on to 6 points. And they will remain 6th